Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I filmed my makeup storage and collection video. Like this in the past. It was maybe last April or May. My collection has since grown and it's much different than it used to be back then, so if you want to see all these things, just keep watching. I am probably going to do more of an in-depth collection by each category, like foundations and primers, powders, bronzers, blushes, like in a video for each one of those categories. So today I don't go in crazy in depth into every single drawer, but I do show you a lot. So if you want to see all of that, you know what to do, just keep watching. And go ahead and check out my social medias if you would like to. They're going to be right on the screen right here. It is at KendraCus, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, all of the above right there. But without further ado, let's get right on into the video. Okay guys, so here we have the top of my Alex 9 drawers from IKEA. This is where I keep everything that I normally pull onto my makeup desk when I'm doing my makeup, because the cats like to lay and jump and sleep and do everything on my makeup desk, so they knock everything down. So I have my brushes, my mirror, my beauty blenders. So I will use these all the time. And then you take the brushes off that I use when I do my makeup. And then I take this mirror off because it's what I use when I do my makeup. And then you'll see my lipstick tower, which I actually need another one of because I have so many lipsticks that I cannot even fit in that. And then I have my dry shampoo, which I literally use so much. And this is such a good smelling one. You guys need this. Pomegranate and jasmine, literally smells amazing. And then, so I just pulled out this Sephora bag. It was behind the lipstick tower. This Sephora bag has a bunch of makeup or makeup bags or anything that I don't want or don't use that I'm going to either give to my sister, my sister-in-laws, or my cousins, or something that just people who can get more use out of that stuff than me, So in this top drawer now, we have my foundations, my primers, those kinds of things. So in this first little plastic thing here, I have foundations that I use quite frequently, like BB creams or foundations. You guys know I've got the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue, Too Faced Born This Way, my Fenty Beauty Foundation, the NYX BB cream, the Pixi H2O Skin Tint, and then I have my Hourglass Vanish foundation stick for the days I want a little bit more full coverage. I did a review on this. You guys saw this. This is the Marc Jacobs Shameless Foundation. I really like this. I don't know why I still have it in the packaging, but this is here. And then back here I have a bunch of random foundations that I never use or don't love. Here's that Wet n Wild Cushion Foundation. I have two shades of the Becca Aqualuminous, except for I don't need this gross shade. That looks gross. I only need the lighter one. I don't know why I have both. I have my Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer, which is actually really great tinted moisturizer. I just don't reach for it that much. Bunch of random things. And then in this back area here, I have all my primers. You guys know my love for the Becca primers. And then this is also my favorite primer, the Smashbox Primerizer. And I have just a bunch of random primers down there. The NYX Born to Glow, the Wet n Wild Dewy one. We have the Laura Mercier Radiance Primer, the Glossier Priming Moisturizer. We have a ton of things back there. Okay, so opening up this second drawer here. So in this pouch here, I have mascaras and anything used on the eyes or the eyebrows. So I have my Brow Wiz, my mascaras, eyelash curler, whoops, there we are, and there's my brow powder brush. And then I also have a lot of eyeliners in here that I just absolutely never use because I never use eyeliners, but I keep them just in case. And then in this little guy here, I have concealers and then my eyeshadow primer. And yeah, it's really just concealers. I have my Tarte Shape Tape. I have two different shades of the Kylie Cosmetics concealer. I have the ColourPop concealer, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus concealer. I have these two concealers, which I never use, the NYX HD and the Kat Von D concealer. The NYX HD concealer is pretty good though. And then in this back guy, I have even more eyeliners that I never use. And then I have two false lashes back here from the brand Eyelure. Somebody needs to help me be brave because I've never worn false lashes before. And so I bought these ones because they're super, super natural. and I just really need to use them. Okay, now for the third drawer here. So this drawer has just powders, that's about it. Back there we have this, what is this? The Flower Beauty powder that I never used, but I used for a video. It's not bad, it's just not great. And then in this thing here we have pressed powders. So I have my Fenty Beauty matte powder. It's the universal matte blotting powder, and you guys know I use this one so much. The Charlotte Tilbury powder, my lovely Hourglass ambient lighting palette. The Wet n Wild Coverall is a really good drugstore powder. And then I have these two, Milani Prep Set and Glow and the Wet n Wild Photo Focus one. You guys have seen me use the Photo Focus one so much, I love it. The Milani Prep Set and Go is pretty good too, it's just a little bit more glowy, and it has a slight sheen to it. And then in this guy right here we have loose setting powder. So I have my Cover FX, I have my Becca Under Eye Brightening Powder, I have my Glossy Wowder, which is literally the best thing ever. I have this little Kat Von D Locket Powder sample, Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder, and then I have a travel size of the Cover FX powder because that's usually what I take when I travel. But now I've been taking this little guy too because it's so little. And that is all I have in this third drawer here. Okay, so now opening up this fourth, whoops, if I could open it up, this fourth drawer here. This drawer is filled with tons of stuff. This drawer has all of my bronzers. You guys know, if you watch my videos, I say all the time that I'm obsessed with bronzers. This first thing we have here is the Park Avenue Princess like Bronzing Contour Palette by Tarte. It's good, but like nobody needs all this, you know what I mean? I don't like matte highlighting powder, so I wish they would have just done shimmers instead. It's really good formula, super pigmented, but I just don't think anyone needs it, you know? In this little guy, we have the bronzers I use most, and in this guy, we have the bronzers I don't use as much. So I have my Marc Jacobs one that I use so much. It's literally like these two bronzers right here, the Becca Sunlit and the Marc Jacobs Tantric bronzer. These are my two favorite bronzers ever. Ever. We have the Charlotte Tilbury, what is this, like Bronze and Glow palette. My lovely Physicians Formula Butter bronzer. The Milk Makeup Matte Bronzing Stick in Baked. I really love this stuff. This is like the best cream bronzer I've ever used. I have the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. My Kevyn Aucoin Sculpting Powder in Light. And then the last three bronzers here, I have the ColourPop bronzers in the shade California Dream and Afternoon Delight. And then the Tarte Park Avenue Princess, this is the one with the sheen to it. Love these bronzers. I also still have this KKW contour stick. Back there I have the Alexis Ren x ColourPop bronzer and highlighting duo. I have a Wet n Wild one. And then I have another Wet n Wild bronzer back there. In this guy I have this bronzer, which I really don't love. It's the Milani Baked bronzer. I have a number 7 bronzer, which is a pretty good bronzer. The Too Faced Sweethearts bronzer, which was like my OG favorite bronzer ever, along with the Tarte Park Avenue Princess. I have this Wet n Wild Cushion bronzer and this Hourglass bronzer. I would love a full size of the Hourglass bronzer, but it's like 50 bucks. And then the last thing I have in that little guy is an e.l.f. bronzing duo. I don't ever use it because it's not pigmented at all. And that is it for my bronzer drawer. It's like my favorite drawer. Whoops. Hopefully I don't break my bronzers. Nope. Okay. There we go. Okay, in this fourth drawer here, I have blushes. I'm not gonna go through every single blush because I have way too many, but I will go through some of my favorites and kind of show you everything. So I have this Tarte blush palette that came out for the holidays, Too Faced Sweethearts blush in Peach Beach, the Essence Satin Touch blush, which is such a good blush. I have some ColourPop blushes, some Becca blushes, this Ofra blush, Mai Tai. Freaking love this blush so much. I have this Jouer Adore blush duo that's brand new. My Kylie Cosmetics blush, that's my fave. The Glossier Cloud Paint and Puff. This Fenty Beauty Matchstick in Chili Mango. You guys know this is like my favorite blush. I have the Anastasia blush trio in Peachy Love. This is so amazing. Milani Baked blush in Luminoso, amazing. I have this Becca Caprice Ski Glow, if I could open it, with lots of stuff in there. And yeah, that is like basically the ones I use, you know. I don't want to show you every single one, we'd be here for literally days. Okay, now for the sixth drawer, highlighters. This is another one where I literally cannot show you everything because there's so many. So we have lots of different highlighters. We have this, which I keep, the ones that I use the most in this little bin. This bin is like some other really great ones. This bin is ones that I like never use, almost rarely ever, because I just am over them or they're not as great as other formulas. And then here I have palettes because they don't fit like they just don't fit anywhere else. So some of the palettes I have are the Soph palette that you guys have seen me use a bunch. The ColourPop I Like Your, well, it's not called I Like Your Face, it's called Gimme More. I have my first high-end highlighter ever, which was the Anastasia Glow Kit in Sun Dipped. I also have the Kylie holiday version of the wet set. I wish it was the original version. I tried my hardest to get it, but I couldn't. In this drawer, we have two Ofra highlighters. I just bought Rodeo Drive, so I haven't used it yet, but I have my Beverly Hills one that I love. I have some Fenty Beauty highlighters in here, the two lightest shades. I have my Kylie Cosmetics King Ultra Glow. Love this stuff. Kylie Cosmetics Cotton Candy Cream. It will always be one of my faves. I love it so much. Some Becca highlighters in there. The Marc Jacobs Dewdrops. I have like just some random stuff in here, but really these ones in this little section here are totally like my go-tos. In this I have some ColourPop, whether it's pressed or the Super Shock Cheeks, Glossier Halo Scopes. I have some Cover FX stuff in there. I have, yeah, it's just like a lot of stuff. I don't want to go through every single one. I think in the future I'm going to do like a detailed highlight collection, bronzer collection, all that stuff, and this is just more like a storage and a little bit of a collection, you know, so, but yeah. Okay, in the 7th drawer down is where we have all of my big eyeshadow palettes. Again, I can't go through all of this like and still keep my sanity because there's so much, but I will show you the ones that like are on top, and they're on top for a reason. We have the Makeup Revolution Soph palette. We have the Kylie Cosmetics Bronze palette. You guys know it's like my favorite. Sweet Peach and the Dream Street palette. Those are go-tos. The Femme Rosa palette, the She palette by ColourPop is also a go-to. My Just Peachy Too Faced one. We have my Modern Renaissance, my Tarte Toasted, and the Kylie Cosmetics Vacation palette down here is also one of my favorites. And then these ColourPop singles I honestly use so much and they're so good, so I keep these as well. And we have some other bigger palettes back there, but I can't get into that right now. And then for this 8th drawer down here, we have ColourPop Super Shock Shadows. We have these like single pots of like shadows. We have some of the ColourPop, what are these called? The Supernova shadows, the ones that are like liquid form right there. We have my ColourPop Dusk Till Dawn Super Shock Shadow set. We have two e.l.f. palettes. One of those e.l.f. palettes is Mad for Matte 2, and then one is the Mad for Matte Holy Smokes. Back in that corner, we have the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette, the new version of it. I love it. I reach into this drawer all the time because I do use my Super Shock shadows so much. I love them so much. They're so incredible. Love this drawer. This last drawer, the 9th drawer, I'm not gonna get into it. I don't keep any makeup down there. The only makeup I do keep are samples or stuff that I'm not going to use, stuff that's not cruelty free that I've gotten as samples, so I just save them and then give them away. I have my Lorac Pirates of the Caribbean packaging down there because I just love Pirates of the Caribbean so freaking much. But yeah, nothing special in there, so just gonna close it with my fuzzy sock here. And then we have my makeup desk. So I have my makeup desk sitting right in front of the window for the natural lighting. Over here are a bunch of random knickknacks. My Tarte deodorant, it's like my favorite deodorant ever. Just like a bunch of random stuff. And then in that little red pouch, I have a bunch of lipsticks that I don't have room for. And then in that bin over there, I have all my sprays. We'll get closer, I'll show you, but I just wanted to show you an overview. I have my chair here, but it's not a comfy chair, so I put a fuzzy blanket on it to make it more comfy. Here are all of my setting sprays, anything that I use, that's a spray. And then we have like a Lush lip scrub in here and like just some random stuff. And then again, I was saying the red pouch has a bunch of lipsticks that I have room for. I bought the Kylie Cosmetics Posy Lip Trio, haven't been able to use it or store it anywhere yet. I have my ColourPop Luxe lipsticks in here because I literally have nowhere to put them. And then I also have the entire collection of the Marc Jacobs La Marque Liquid Lip Crayon, and I'm gonna actually do a dedicated video to those. That's why I have this little red pouch here, because I don't have room for all of my crap, you know? Okay guys, thank you for watching till the end. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up, and also don't forget to comment down below. Tell me if I have some of the stuff you have, or tell me a fun fact about you. I love to comment back, and I love to see your guys' comments, so don't forget to do that. But I will let you guys go. We've talked a lot. Don't forget to follow my social medias. They'll be on the screen right here, but have a great morning, noon, evening, day, night, whenever it is that you happen to be watching this, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!